Branson along with Nicholas Anestis, and welcome to A B to Z, an inside look at ABRHS.
Our top story this week is about the new bell schedule here at AB this year.
School made a significant change going from an 8-period non-rotating bell schedule to a 7-period drop 1 rotating schedule.
This means students have one less period, 7, and only 6 of those 7 meet each day.
It also means class periods are longer and lunches are a bit crazier.
We sent out Anthony Duchette and Mateus Pierce to take a closer look into the new schedule and get some early reactions.
Thanks, guys. I'm here at Acton Boxborough Regional High School, where a brand new schedule has been put in place this year. The schedule consists of rotating classes and rotating days versus a traditional schedule, which has the same class, same day type style. Now, let's take it down to Mateus, who's interviewing the students about the brand new schedule.
How do you feel about the new AB school schedule?
I mean, at first I didn't really like it because it was just kind of hard to keep track of your schedule. But if you kind of memorize what blocks go with which classes, it's a good schedule. It's different every day.
How do you feel about the new AB school schedule?
I don't really like it. It's kind of complicated, and I miss the old schedule.
How do you feel about the new AB school schedule?
So far, so good. I don't know the old schedule because I'm new to the school this year. So far, I think most of the students I've spoken to have enjoyed the new schedule, able to drop a class so they don't have the same routine over and over again. But so far, so good. Cross fingers.
All right, thank you.
No worries.
Now let's take it down to Anthony, who's interviewing Principal Dory about the new schedule.
We set some goals very early on in terms of things that we thought would work for students and things that would make I like to say lower the temperature a little bit. And by that, I mean we looked at the number of transitions in a day. So we went from an 8 transition to a 6 transition in this model. We also talked about workload and was there a better way to distribute workload? So I think by dropping a class every seven days, that helps a little bit with workload, the amount of homework kids are getting every night. And the other piece we looked at was equity. Should students have the same class the same time every single day, and we thought the rotation might be nice. So the schedule that we came up with, there was some significant changes, but at the same time, students still have the same ability to take 7 classes. That didn't change, and we knew that was a priority. We want students to have room to take electives. We wanted to maintain a long lunch, a 44-minute lunch, and that's pretty much how we came up with this model.
And so, going off of that, how do you think throughout the beginning of this year the new schedule has impacted the students as well as the rest of the AB community?
What I'm seeing, and I haven't figured this out why, I know it's related to scheduling and the number of periods, but I'm finding that, when I go out into the building, periods 1 and 2 and 3, it feels a little bit calmer. And then, 4th period's a lunch period, and it feels very, very busy. But then again, when I go back out further into the day, it seems like, again, the pace has slowed down. I kind of like the idea that after, 4th period, we have just 5 and 6th period to get through. My own personal impression, it seems like the day goes a little bit quicker, but that's just me. I'm sure it's different for everyone.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
So all of these changes, what do you expect to be the takeaways from the schedule going into the next few years?
Okay, the takeaway. That's a good question. This year is considered a trial. So by that I mean we need to collect data. And we'll do that, and we will survey students, we'll survey staff, we'll get information from the community. We're going to collect as much data as we can, and we're going to look at the impact that the schedule may have had on things like workload, things like student engagement. Okay, we want to hear from teachers and in terms of instruction, and certainly student performance is important, and all those things, anecdotal and other types of data, and make sure it it's doing the things that we want to do, and we're in a better place now with this schedule than we were, a year ago. If we're all in agreement that, we're moving in a better direction, then, my hope for the long term will be that we meet the goals that we talked about in the beginning, and that's, lowering the temperature a little bit while keeping the achievement right where it's always been. We're not lowering achievement at all with this schedule. We're not, that it has nothing to do with what we're doing. It's about, an environment where more students are going to be able to get engaged, and more students will be successful and feel a little bit less stressed, during the school day.
For students looking to take AP exams, you will need to take 2 steps.
The instructions to sign up were handed to all honors and AP students.
For students not enrolled into an AP/honors class and looking to take an AP exam, talk to Ms. Kelly in the Counseling Center for instructions to register and enroll.
The deadline is November 13th, and there will be a late fee if you don't sign up before this date. Each year, ABRHS students complete over 70,000 hours of volunteering. The volunteer program here is called Accept the Challenge.
If you want to learn more about volunteering in AB, then visit the Community Service website listed under the Extracurricular Activities tab on the high school homepage. Starting September 27th and lasting till the end of October, the Counseling Center will be providing extra help for seniors looking for assistance on their college applications.
It will be every Friday in the computer lab at 129 East. This offering is one of the 2 new programs started this fall to assist seniors in what can be a stressful time of year.
Lucas Centrella has more on this story.
Hi, I'm Lucas Centrella, and today behind me is the Acton Boxborough Regional High School. Today we asked a few seniors about the college application process and how it's going so far. We also talked to a few counselors about what they offer here at the school.
Up first, we talked to senior Joe Lister.
How has the college application process gone this year?
The process is going pretty good. I mean, there's a lot of things that need to be accounted for, and it can get pretty stressful sometimes, but yeah, for the most part, it's going pretty good.
Is there anything you wish the school offered to help?
Yeah, there's a senior central activity going on in the lab upstairs. So yeah, I've been to that a couple of times. It's a really good time to kind of work on your application and get things done.
After, we went to talk to Mr. Chico a little bit about senior drop-ins on Fridays.
So, Mr. Chico, what was the counseling department's motivation for starting senior drop-ins on Friday?
Really what we were trying to do from the beginning was just we looked at what kids needed, and the feedback we were getting from seniors was that they needed time and they needed help getting the applications kind of filled out. So a few years back what we thought was, let's just try blocking off the computer lab, and we'll block it off for seniors. We'll have counselors down there, and what we learned is that kids were coming. And that each year we did it, we advertised a little bit more, we got more and more kids coming. So by the end of the second year, I think we had over about 125 kids come. So we just knew it was kind of a good idea, and that's why we just kind of wanted to start to kind of continue it from there.
Mr. Chico then went on to talk about other activities the counseling department offers.
Yeah, actually, there's 2 other initiatives that we've kind of picked up. One is this past early release day when the kids all got released at noon at 11:30. We did the same thing where we closed out the counseling department and we blocked off the computer lab, and we just let it open for kids to come in to work on applications, to ask questions, or to ask personal questions about their college plan. It was awesome. We had probably well over 55 kids that kind of came in during that time, and that was really well attended.
After talking to Mr. Chico, we then went to talk to another senior about his thoughts on college application.
So, how's the college application process going for you this year?
It's definitely been tough, I can say that much. Filling out my main essay, filling out all the supplements, and also having to fill out the common application and the coalition application, and all the other colleges' applications has definitely been a whole bunch of work. But I'm just trusting that once I get into a college, that it will all be worth it in the end.
So, is there anything you wish the school offered to help you?
As it stands right now, I do really like the fact that the school is providing these after-school counseling sessions to provide help. But I do really wish that the school would provide more of these sessions, rather than just being Fridays after school, more days on the week, so even more kids could come in. Or if I'm busy after school Friday, I could come in at a later time to get this assistance.
Finally, we consulted with Linda Murphy a little bit about the senior drop-ins on Wednesdays.
So actually, it was Ms. Kennedy who teaches the senior seminar class, and she and Ms. Hammond, who is involved with the internship program, of which I'm involved with also, understand and realize how stressful senior year is for kids, and thought that if we had sort of a drop-in where kids could come in and ask questions, maybe get help with their answers, with their essays, talk about Naviance, how to submit applications, and all that sort of thing, that it would be really helpful. And I think we've only had one, maybe it was the first one last week. It's been very successful, and kids have emailed Ms. Kennedy to say how important it is, how it's nice to know that teachers recognize the stress in senior year, just having questions answered in one spot. There's 3 of us in here on that day, and I was a counselor here for 37 years, so I know a little bit about applications. It's great. I mean, it'll only be done, I think, through December, because now I think it's something like 80% of kids apply by November 1st, so then it's pretty much all done, which is why it causes so much stress, because it's so condensed into the first couple of weeks of school.
On Wednesday, October 16th, during first period, juniors and seniors are invited to the first career speakers event of the year.
There are 11 awesome career presentations for you to choose from, and in the morning email, you can click the link to see the list of speakers and to sign up.
Please see Ms. Dempsey in the Counseling Center if you have any questions. The registration deadline is October 9th.
We'll be back after this public service announcement.
Sleep is critical to a student's performance. All high school students should get at least 8 hours of sleep per night, but as you can see, not everyone does.
Without sleep, you will have a harder time paying attention in class and learning. With it, you will feel much better and happier, and you will feel less stressed.
Also, if you don't sleep, your grades will decline. Make sure you're getting your 8 hours.
A mattress sale is being held to raise funds for the music program.
On Sunday, November 3rd from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., come to the ABRHS cafeteria, where you can buy a mattress to support the students in the program.
These mattresses are quality name brand items sold at greatly discount prices. These mattresses even get delivered to the customers' homes. In addition, the music program is working with the local charity Household Goods to arrange for mattress pickup, so you will be able to donate your old mattresses to families in need. The Discover STEM Showcase is coming up soon. Students grades 7 through 12 are invited to participate in the interactive STEM exhibits.
Engineers, scientists, and techies will team up with student mentees to showcase new ideas, new inventions, and their passions for STEM.
This event will take place at Acton Boxborough Regional High School on Monday, November 4th from 6 to 8:30 p.m.
Texting while driving is something that can cause serious danger to yourself and others. It is said that texting and driving makes a crash up to 23 times more likely. One way this causes danger is that teens who text while driving spend 10% of their time outside the lane. It is important to spread the word about these consequences of texting and driving, as it will decrease the number of casualties for the future. So don't text and drive. Don't text and drive.
Julie Shields' Rutina from the Massachusetts Educational Financial Authority will be here on Tuesday, October 15th at 6:30 p.m. in the high school auditorium.
She will be giving an overview of college financing process, and this will include information, scholarships, available types of financial aid, and alternative funding options.
This event is meant for parents and guardians of seniors, as well as for the seniors themselves. The girls' field hockey team is perennially one of the most successful AB teams, often winning the DCL and competing for state championships.
And this year should be no different. Team members Caroline Bruce and Caroline Utz spoke to us about the season so far.
How is field hockey going so far?
It's very good. We're undefeated. We're 7-0 on the season. We're going to have a tough game this Friday, but hopefully we can pull out the win.
Community Ed basketball registration has finally opened.
Please register early, as some leagues may fill up before you sign up.
For more information and registration, visit the Community Ed website. That's a wrap for this edition of A B to Z.
Thanks for watching, everyone.